Hello everyone, it is me, Sacred G, and today is another Sims video, yeehaw. So before I do get today's video started, I'm going to go over my 5 unpopular opinions in the Sims series, at least from the ones that I played. And these are obviously just my opinions. They're not facts, they're opinions. And so without further ado, and with that said, let's get started. The first unpopular opinion I have for y'all is that I honestly could care less if they add cars in The Sims 4. I've seen how they work in The Sims 3. I think it would be as better. Or no, maybe they'll work, but I don't care. I don't care if they add them or not. It's not a big deal to me. I just don't really care if they add cars or not. It's not a big deal to me as it was to other people. And I've heard this said before. That's why I said I don't know how unpopular this is, but I just don't really care if they add cars or not. And actually, I'd be honest with you that I think it's good that they don't, because I don't know, the way the Sims 3's cars worked was kind of buggy. Like, cars would just go through each other, and that's, when the engines were updating and everything, and the cars would go through each other in the Sims 3. I just think, the way the Sims 4 is designed is that, I think it's safe that they didn't add cars. Again, my opinion. So let's move on to the next one. This one, oh man. So I personally find toddlers annoying as fuck. I rarely play with toddlers when I play these games or at least Sims 3 and 4, because I find them annoying, and I understand that, toddlers aren't easy to deal with, and I understand that, they're hard and everything in real life, but that's a little different than a life simulation game, because when I play with them, I just get annoyed. And I understand, in my new Sims 3 Let's Play I am doing, is I added a family and they have a toddler, and that's mainly for the video, but I do off-cam, I never, ever play with toddlers at all. Unless if I am playing in a specific way, then I guess I would, but I find also the hassle in a game to teach your toddler to do things in The Sims 3 and 4 a bit annoying. I mean, I don't think we need to teach them all these things. It just, to me, just makes gameplay boring and kind of takes away from you exploring the world with your Sims, in my opinion. That second one, I know, a lot of people are probably going to be upset that I said that, but, in real life, toddlers are fine, but in this game, fuck them. Oh, man, this one's probably going to roll some heads, hopefully not, but, and just remember, these are my opinions. I find fucking building boring. I've tried, it's probably because I suck, but when I try doing it, I just don't find it fun at all. I just prefer making Sims. I know people are gonna say, well, that's even more boring. You're entitled to your opinion, but I find building boring as fuck. I actually hate having to put posters on things, and I get it adds character and stuff, and it's fun after, you decorate your room and everything in between and make your house and all that stuff. I just find building in the game boring. I just don't find it fun. And again, I'm not saying the people who do these things or who build in the game are boring. They make some really cool stuff, and they're very talented with that. I just personally think building for me is the most boring fucking thing you can do in the game, at least for me. I just don't like doing it. So let's move on. Again, I am not saying that if you build in the game, you're boring. I am just saying, for me personally, I just don't like it. I just find it boring myself. Coming in hot at number 4. Sorry, I lost track of which one I was on, but I think, because I was looking through the mods on Mod The Sims for The Sims 3, because I added a few mods, so when I play again, it will look a little different, not too much. I find them very lame. I just don't think the mods for The Sims 3 are that exciting, and again, I'm not saying, these people are talentless and all that stuff. For me personally, I just don't get excited looking for mods, because a lot of the times they're just reworks and fixes for things, or there's more like fixes and stuff for like the most popular and most endorsed mods on Mod The Sims. And I know there are great mods out there somewhere, but I just don't want to have to go looking through rabbit holes and stuff like that to find or going down a rabbit hole to find a mod. I just think that's a bit ridiculous, and I just find the mods for The Sims 3 to be really disappointing and just not really worth getting, in my opinion. I am not saying that you shouldn't mod the game and get those mods. If you enjoy them and you get excited when you're going to add a new mod, great for you. For me personally, I just think the mods for The Sims 3 are kind of lame in terms of like gameplay overhauls and gameplay additions and stuff like that. I just find the mods for The Sims 3 really, really fucking lame. Again, this is my opinion. This one's going to be very unpopular. You guys may know my stance on The Sims 4, but I actually, when I played it off camera, I was trying to compare, for whatever reason, The Sims 4 and The Sims 3. The Sims 4 is as good as The Sims 3. They're all trying to accomplish something different, and they all stand out in their own way, which is what sequels in video games and even movies, that's what they're meant for. I don't think The Sims 4 is worse than The Sims 3. I personally think, in my own opinion, that The Sims 4 is equally good, because both games, when I play them, they drag me in and hold me down, if that makes sense. And I don't think one game or any of the games are better than the other, in my own opinion. From what I've seen of The Sims 2, that game looks great too. And even The Sims 1, the first Sims game, it looks pretty good. But yeah, I don't think The Sims 4, honestly, in my own opinion, is worse than The Sims 3. I think they all stand out in their own way. I know that one's going to be hell unpopular, but I don't know. It's all my opinion at the end of the day, and I would like to know your guys' unpopular Sims opinion about the whole franchise down in the comments. Alright, for my sixth, I did say 5, but I have a little, this is our bonus one. My sixth unpopular opinion is, I don't mind the loading screens. I understand if you have a lower-end PC, I don't like saying lower-end, but a PC that has a hard time loading the game. And with, I guess, I'm trying to word this politely. I guess not weaker, but a lower-end PC. And I understand, that gets annoying. However, for me, personally, I don't mind the loading screens. The game doesn't take that long to load for me. And, at the same time, there are times where I'm like, why does the game have a loading screen? Like, for an example, in City Living, when you go visit a neighbor in the same apartment complex, the game loads when you go, before you even knock on the fucking door. Like, if the game loaded after your character knocked on the door, or your sim knocked on the door to the neighbor's apartment, then I could see a loading screen. But no, there's a loading screen when you go visit your neighbor in the same fucking complex before your sim is even granted access into their apartment. I just don't understand that aspect. But for the most part, when you're traversing worlds, or you're actually moving across, again, example, City Living, to another apartment complex across from the one you live in, or another building, better way to say that. I personally I don't mind that. I think it's fine. I would prefer a loading screen than waiting for everything to fucking render, because for the most part, I've had a couple rendering issues after the loads, but usually it fixes itself pretty quick, because that's what loading essentially does, is it renders everything. And if it's not rendered in time, it usually fixes itself pretty quick, at least in my experience with the game. So I don't see the problem with loading screens. I know a lot of people complain about it and everything. I don't see the issue. Oh man. So today I just felt like, I've actually had this video on my mind for a while, so I want to know what your guys' unpopular opinions are. List 5 of them if you want. I would recommend probably listing more if you have more than I did. I would really like to know what you guys think and what your unpopular takes are in the Sims community. Without further ado, that's me, Sacred G. Thank you all for watching, listening, and peace the fuck out, and enjoy yourselves. And sim out too. Or sims the fuck out, I guess. Whatever. See you guys in the next one. Peace.